The Warcraftbible!
We, as the dedicated player base of World of Warcraft, frequently stumble across countless items that are intentionally put into the game for our amusement. And to put it simply, some of these items are just plain weird, but you just cannot help but laugh at them. Today, my friends, we're going to be counting down the 10 weirdest and funniest items ever discovered in World of Warcraft. The first item on this list is a pair of pants named Suppository Preventers that are acquired from a horde-only quest reward from the quest It's Only Poisonous If You Ingest It, located in the Silverpine Forest. At a first glance, you'll think to yourself that these pants are just another pair of cloth legs that I can use to make my character significantly more powerful. But when you dive deeper, you'll notice a far more disturbing meaning behind the true use of the pants. If you're unaware of what a suppository is, you're pretty lucky. But let's just say that these pants bring a whole new meaning to the trade chat troll most of you know. Anal. So if you put two and two together, you'll notice that these pants are a direct reference to preventing the need of something that you basically stick up your butt to heal if something goes dreadfully wrong down there. Gross, yet interesting. In number 9, we have Brazy's Fine Literature. Within Icecrown Citadel resides a kinky, creepy, and weird old gnome which just happens to be level 69 by the name of Brazy, who is classified as a regent seller. But if you look a bit further, you'll notice that for 22,000 gold you can buy Brazy's Black Book of Secrets, which contains within it Brazy's notes on the females of World of Warcraft, which is basically porn. Some of the notes include Brazy's Dictionary of Devilish Draenei Damsels, Brazy's notes on naughty night owls, and Brazy's guide to getting good with the gnomish girls. I never thought I'd say this, but I could really use some pointers on how to get good with the gnomish girls, if you know what I mean. 6. In number 8, there really isn't much to be said about this item other than it can be purchased from a variety of vendors throughout Azeroth and the Outlands, and it goes by the name of Big Stick. What is this big stick, you might be wondering to yourself? Nothing more, nothing less. It is literally a big stick. I guess the only real use for this stuff is maybe Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cosplay in-game, but besides that, it's just a mighty big stick. However, I do only think that the people that will be using this are those trying to compensate for something, like a small attention span or something. Alright, so have you guys ever wondered what it would be like to be Harambe for a short amount of time? Neither have I, but in number 7 we have a Super Simian Sphere that is looted from a world drop from various mobs within Northrend. Essentially what it allows you to do is transform yourself into an albino gorilla and isolate yourself from the public within a bubble, trying desperately to escape, only to be used as a tourist attraction. But this nightmare only lasts for about 5 minutes and is on a 1-hour cooldown. Many people actually believe that this is one of the hardest items to farm in the game, so if you manage to stumble upon it, please make sure that you keep it. Seriously, this unique item has a 0.04% drop rate from random mobs in Northrend, so please don't lose it. The art of QQing. In number 6, we have a pair of gloves by the name of QQ gloves, gathered from the Horde-specific quest Welcome to the Machine, which is a direct reference to Warcraft 2, where individuals found out that if you press Alt-QQ, you could close both Battle.net and the game. Basically a different way of saying you suck, get lost. Perhaps the reason the gloves are called this is because the quest that is required to obtain them makes you to roleplay as a quest giver that does nothing all day apart from give quests. Maybe this is some sort of insight into the lonely lives of quest givers as they themselves want to QQ out of the game. Or it could just be some sort of sick joke that Blizzard are playing on us. Maybe Blizzard wants us to QQ out of the game. If you take the time to explore Pandaria, specifically the Jade Forest, and find an elite by the name of Marta, the not so smart, he will indulge you in the steamy romance novel 8-part series. At a 16% drop rate, this mob has a chance of dropping one of these novels purely for the reader's delight. If you are uneducated as to what I am talking about, let me quickly read a small extract from the novel to enlighten you on how steamy this really is. And I quote, "Their lips met hotly, melting her frost armor spell in a torrent of sweltering vapor. Now, if that didn't make everyone watching this video moist, then I don't know what will. Although this novel is rather weird, what I find more weird is the fact that people are actually buying these off the auction house for a lot of money. Now, I'm not one to judge. Maybe people are just curious as to what Blizzard's PG version of 50 Shades of Grey is like. Okay, well, if you thought that this video could not get any weirder, you were so wrong. In number 4, we go back to Brazy. But what could Brazy possibly invent that is more disturbing than World of Warcraft porn? Well, there is an item within World of Warcraft named Brazy's Gnomish Pleasure Device. It is exactly what you think it is. The description of the item even states, if you get caught with this, I don't know you. And according to Wowhead users, apparently the use effect text was removed with Warlords of Draenor. What it used to say before was it infuses the user with 1000 megavolts of pure gnomish pleasure on a 5-second cooldown. If you thought that goblin engineers enjoyed massive explosions, I guess, well, they aren't alone now, are they? Have you ever thought to yourself, wouldn't it be nice to own something with so much meaning and something that you can just treasure forever? Oh, this is far from what you're looking for. In number 3, we have a sack of grain. Not just any sack of grain. A sack of grain obtained from the quest, They Took Me Pants. Absolutely meaningless, however it does sell for 25 gold to a vendor, so it must be a substantial amount of grain. Now you're probably thinking to yourself right now, yeah, this is pretty normal. Well, that's where you're wrong. During the quest giver Barum Forgehammer actually uses the sack of grain as a pair of pants. So as it turns out, the sack of grain isn't the only sack you're getting by completing this quest. You've all seen them at one point or another, there's no denying that, but in number 2 we have the Steel Scale Crushfish. A rare weapon obtainable from the multiple fishing spots around Azeroth, such as Stranglethorn, Wetlands, Hillsbrad Foothills, and Ashenvale. This weapon is no ordinary weapon. It is a fish. A fish you hold in your dominant hand that is used to destroy and, more importantly, humiliate your opponents. Who doesn't want to own a fish that they can slap their opponents across the face with? I'm not sure what the intentions of Blizzards were when they were thinking about this, or what they were smoking to make the decision to add this into the game, and for me, I personally don't mind. I'm waiting patiently for the day that Blizzard decide to make this weapon transmoggable. Until then, it's just a silly old rare fish that sells for 20,000 gold on the auction house. Finally, the one you've all been waiting patiently for, the weirdest item in all of World of Warcraft. There is no possible way that you could have guessed it. Actually, you probably can. It has a very distinct smell. That's right, the weirdest item is a big bag of poop. This is an item actually available in World of Warcraft as a quest item for the quest Pooped, which basically requires you to kill siftworms and collect the poop that they've eaten from serpents. I mean, what is there not to love about it? It's slightly rare, it's collectible, it's poop. And I really don't understand why this is an item. It's actually kind of sad, knowing that we've defeated Illidan, the Lich King, Deathwing, Garrosh, Hellscream, and we actually at one point in our time playing World of Warcraft were made to clean up poop. Talk about degradation, Well, my friends, that is going to conclude the video for today. I genuinely hope you guys did all enjoy the video, or even found it interesting. If you did, leave a like down below, and subscribe if you're new, or even returning. Check the description below for more in-depth descriptions on what these items are and how they can be obtained. Once again, thank you all for your support. This has been Warcraftbible. Stay devoted.